We are live in our multiple series, How to Fix My Credit in 2026. This is part 4, where I'm going to show you how to deal with these credit collectors. All right. You're just going to have to send them one letter, and the letter is going to be in the description. So all you're going to do is get that letter, plug in, play, and then mail it to them. All right. I'm excited because I love people taking action. I love people taking risk. I love people wanting more for themselves. All right. And I know that's you. Okay. So let me just talk about regarding what letter are we going to send? How are we going to send it? How do we even get our credit report? All right. So I want to dive deep into that real quick. All right. And what's the purpose of this? Okay. So I need you guys to get your credit report. You can do 2 ways, right? Because I'm not here just to, like I said, give you some free game. You can do the Smart Credit link, which is in the description. Okay. The 7-day trial, right? $1. You can do that. Or you can go to annualcreditreport.com. 2 ways of getting your credit report, because if you don't have your credit report, we're going in blind. All right. If you don't have your credit report, we're going in blind. And I want to lead you guys in the right direction. Imagine traveling from here to Vegas, from here to Texas with no GPS. Would you get there? Some of you guys are like, oh yeah, I've been there before. Okay, well, are you going to get there in a timely manner? Are you going to know how to detour, right? Or road close, right? You're going to find out worse. All right. What they call I don't want to say the word, but they say F it and find out, or F around and find out. Well, yeah, traveling with no GPS, with no Waze, you're going to F around and find out, period. All right. So that's how you get your report. Go to the description, get the report in the description. And what I'm going to do is, anyone watching this video, you're going to get the debt validation letter in the description too. Or you're going to click it, yours. You don't got to send me no email, nothing. It's yours. All I want you guys to do is plug and play. Okay? So real quick, now, what is this debt validation you speak of, Sir Econ Bulldog? All right? And, all right. So if you guys don't know what the FDCPA is, all right, FDCPA stands for Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Okay. And what that is it prevents these third-party creditors from abusive tactics, being aggressive, right? Trying to make you pay for a collection that might be inaccurate, or it might not even be yours. All right. So they use a lot of deceptive practices, all right, to collect personal and family and household debts, right? So, and then it protects the consumers by restricting communication, at times forbidding harassment, requiring debt validations. Okay, so I'm going to go over real quick FDCPA because I think it's really important. Okay, who it covers, right? Third-party debt collectors, like I said. Okay, prohibits harassment, false, misleading representation, unfair practices, invalidation rights, cease communications. Okay, you have that right. Some of these collection companies, they'll call you during work hours. Okay, all you gotta do is call them. Hey, don't call me after 9 p.m. Hey, don't call me during work hours, or whatever the case, right? They can call you. They can't call you before 8 a.m. and they can't call you after 9 p.m. Okay, so that's what the FDCPA, it protects you, being a consumer, from these collection creditors. Okay. Now, I want to let you guys know, it just the power of sending this letter, right? It stops their momentum, right? Because they're sending you collection letters, and like obviously you don't respond, right? And some of them, not all of them, they're supposed to send you like a dunning letter, which is like 21 days before you get the actual collection letter. They're supposed to send you that, so you kind of expect, that a collection is coming. Okay. Now, what this debt validation letter does, it puts them on like hiatus. It puts them on like, yo, I gotta stand on my toes now because this guy means business, right? It forces documentations. Okay, so a lot of debt buyers, they often just buy your debt for pennies on the dollar. Okay, and then collection company sells it to another collection company, and that's how they always make money, right? So people just purchase a lot of like bulk portfolios, and they only have limited documentation. Okay, it lacks no original contracts, lacks proper chain of assignment, and then if they cannot properly validate it, right, they may stop the collection, they may close the account, they may choose not to pursue legal action. Okay, so you're forcing them to not bluff. Period. Okay, you say I owe that debt. Well, this is why I'm sending you the debt validation letter. It covers 7 points that I'll go here to let you guys know. That way, you guys get a little bit more clarity. Okay, and then it's testing their legal standing. Okay. Many collectors, they don't have the original signed agreement. They don't have full accounting. They don't have clear transfer documentation. Okay. And then without proof of ownership, that's the leverage that you have, right? Because it weakens their case. Okay. It builds a paper trail at the end of the day, right? You're sending that, hey, please validate that I owe this debt, right? And we want to make sure it's accurate. Okay. And, continue collecting without validating. They fail to mark as disputed, threaten action without proof. Okay, you now have documented FDCPA violations. Okay, and then that becomes leverage. They sue, you negotiate, you file a complaint. Okay, so all this is just a process, because I feel like I was talking to one of my sales team, is like, look, a lot of these clients, they've been suffering with bad credit for 5 to 10 years, right? So don't expect one magic letter to wipe everything out, right? It just puts it in motion. Debt validation is one of the go-tos, like you be your first step, okay? Now, this is what I want you to keep in mind, though is the collections, if it's less than 2 years, right, it'll hold more weight, right? Because it's newer, fresher. All right. And then 1 second. Okay. So this, like the debt validation, like the most powerful times is when like that debt was passed around like 10 times to different collection companies. That's leverage for you. People are just like junk debt buyers, right? Amount is inflated. So you might only owe 2,000, but somehow they're saying you owe 4,000. Right? And then you act quickly, and it's within 30 days, they got to give you a response. Okay? And then just a full transparency. It provides it forces them to document, and then legal compliance, right? And then it makes the collectors work for the claim instead of assuming you'll just pay it. All right? So really important. The debt validation letter. Okay, I'm going to go over the letter real quick, right? And make sure a few things. The only thing you want to put on the letter, okay, is the last 4 of your social, okay? The collection agency's address and name, okay? Your full name, okay? Address, okay? And then formal notice of dispute and demand for validation, okay? And this is not just a generic letter. I want you to write, and it's feel like I kind of changed a few things, make it a little bit more impactful, right? At the end of the day, you can Google, hey, make me a debt validation letter. But I've tweaked this a little bit, and like I said, for your guys' benefit. Okay? And real quick, 7 things that it's going to let them validate. Okay? The legal name and mailing address of the original creditor, the original account number as it appeared with the original creditor, a copy of a signed agreement or contract bearing my signature that established my liability, a complete and itemized accounting of balance claimed, including principal, interest, fees, and the basis of each charge, because you want to know what you're paying, right? If they're charging you $2,000, but you only owe $800, where are those other $1,200 coming from? Okay? Documentation evidencing your company's legal authority to collect, including a chain of assignment from the original creditor to your organization. Okay? The date of a default and the date of last payment. Proof of the statute of limitation has not expired in my state. Okay? That's another thing. Statute of limitations. Okay? And then a lot of other, do not sign this letter. Okay? I repeat, this letter is not going to the credit bureaus. This letter is going to the creditors, the collection companies. Okay? That's where it's going to. The people that bought your debt. I put on top of this letter, send this letter to creditors, not credit bureaus. Okay? And if we can do this, okay, we can do far more things. All right? Like I said, this is a multiple part series, how to fix your credit in 2026. We're on part 4. And this one is a crucial step. Okay? Like I said, you guys have it. I'm giving it to you guys, right? The letter is right there, okay? Put it for you guys real quick. 1 second. Look, I put it for you guys in the chat. Letter's right there. Go to work. Put the creditor's information. Put your information. Do not sign it. Print your name and the last 4 of your social. That's it, okay? And we're sending it to the credit collectors. All right. Now, I'm trying to make this easy to comprehend. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I feel like it's hard for people to watch a video for an hour sometimes. There's a lot of ADHD kicking in, right? Myself included. You can tell me something and then 10 minutes later, I forget. So I'm making these videos really concise, valuable information. Remember, put in the comments gold bars if you got any gold out of this, right? Gold bars. And I want you guys to execute. That's it. Remember, I talk about that. Execution is key. All right. I want you to be like, hey, man, I did this. I see a lot of you guys comment that you guys do the things that I say, and that makes me feel good. All right. So debt validation letter, really important, protects you, right? FDCPA is there to back you up. All right. So let's keep winning. Let's keep growing. Like I said, if you want to join the academy, text 951-667-8391. Text academy. Join us in the academy. It's a crazy. And see you guys on the next one.